we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Thanks for being here, and let's see if anybody shows up. This is my live stream on Fridays. We do a live stream every Friday, and we're going to talk today about how to improve your guitar playing, and I've got at least 7 hacks for you today. And here we go. We're just going to start in just a moment. Let's give it just a moment, see if anybody shows up. For those of you who are watching this on a replay, I hope you're okay. All right, so what I got a message from one of my supporters and one of my students the other day. And they were saying that she was saying that she had just started guitar again, and that there were some things that she needed to learn and she needed to work on, and wanted to know what kind of materials that I had available to help her out. And some people, there's a bunch of people, really, really good guitar players and good teachers out there, and they have these lessons and that kind of thing, and it takes time to, I'm not complaining, but it takes time to develop all of those. And one of the things that I've been very disappointed in over the years as I've been a guitar teacher is that when you get a book or something like that, a lot of times it won't fit your students. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 songs or something out of 12 or 15 songs. And then some of the ideas, sometimes they go too slowly in the book, sometimes they go fast. My thought has been to just get my students up and running, give them a whole lot of ideas, a whole lot of videos that they can draw on. And you can do that. You can go to my channel and you can do a search and put G7 chord and you'll get it, or G7 or E7 or D7 or whatever, G/B, which is a G with a B bass. And you'll find videos on things that you want. But I do guide my students, and I find that everybody is really different. And this is what I wrote to her. Some people want a written list or a book of some kind to guide them. Some people want to follow their passion, but the problem here is that everyone has a different taste in music. So certain lists and certain books will work well for just a few people, depending on what is in them. And it will partially work for everybody else. Private lessons are a lot more expensive, so the self-help way to go. The online option is a popular choice for many these days. And for your information, my friends, is I do give private lessons online, as well as I have local lessons here. In fact, I just got done with 5 local lessons. I've got another lesson after this live stream, a little later, a piano lesson. But over the years, I've figured out a lot of songs and done a lot of performing and that kind of thing. And one of the reasons that I have done videos on all these songs is that, not all of them, I'm not done yet. I've got hundreds. I put these songs and music and lead sheets and tabs and things like that in a book so that people like you can find the songs you're interested in and learn them. And you can do a search on my channel and find out the different songs. I've got different playlists that you can click on. There's a playlist for, video lessons to 2022. You can see what I've done this year. But I've spent my entire life teaching and performing and working on these songs, and so it seemed natural to put them into a collection available to other people. And this is an ongoing thing that I'm doing. Of course, every Friday, like here, I'm doing a live stream, and you can join me live. Let's see who's here. We've got Crazy Akeem. Hello. We've got Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. And Bob. And Ian. Ian from Scotland. Hello, Ian. I don't remember seeing you writing in before. We got Lisa. Hello, Lisa. She's in California. I know Lisa. And boy, it's really great to have all you all here. Anybody else that shows up? I love to find out where you're from. It's fantastic. I know Bob's from Ohio in the USA. And Marilyn, let's see, are you from Canada, Marilyn? Anyway, all right, so here we go. I do hangouts right after the live stream, just to let you know. And the people that are invited to my hangouts are the people on Patreon, the people on Subscribestar, and my supporters that have supported me through PayPal and any other donations, and that get my book. And those are the people that I exclusively invite. And what do we do there? Well, we can actually talk about concepts and things like that somebody's concerned about. And that's what we do. We also have fun and just talk and have fun when we don't have something to talk about specifically for a moment. Okay, so let's talk about practice hacks. In my book, in the back, I have, and also in my theory book too, I have a sheet there that's what I call a monthly practice sheet. And so I fill that out for my local students. And it has several things on it. It has a warm-up section, it has a review songs section, and it has a current songs section. And if you're going to practice for a half an hour, then you want to only warm up for 5 minutes. Okay, so let's see. Let me know if this is too loud or something. Hello, Albert. How you doing? Yeah, Canada. Marilyn's from Canada. I know Albert's from the Netherlands. It's really great to have you, Albert. Thanks for coming. So let's see. Warm up for 5 minutes if you're only practicing for half an hour. Review songs. That's songs that you know. Songs that you know well. I would only spend a couple, like 5 minutes, 7 or 5 minutes on that. The rest of the time I would spend on current songs. That's if you're only practicing for half an hour. If you're practicing for an hour, I would double everything. Now, usually when I'm doing a performance like a Christmas performance or something like that, if it's just like a little concert, I might have, anywhere from 15 to 20 songs. And if you've got 17 songs, let's say that you're doing, and they're all 3 minutes long, you're going to be playing for about 51 minutes. In a gig, like when I used to play in bars and things like that, you get 45 minutes to play, and then you get a 15-minute rest. And we would plan about 10 to 12 songs in a 45-minute set. And partially, one of the reasons we did that, and 10 songs, that'd be like 4 minutes and 50 seconds, 4.5 minutes, or something like that for every song, right? Well, sometimes you spend a couple minutes or a minute between songs, right? Maybe talking to the audience or tuning up your guitar or whatever it is that you have to do, preparing for the next song. But a lot of times on a live situation, you actually add material to it and you feature different people that are playing leads and things like that. But if you actually work on 17 songs, let's say 17 songs, and you work on them for 20 minutes a piece, you're going to spend, a bunch of hours. Where's my phone? I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. You're going to spend hours playing. For instance, when I used to be in a band, we used to practice for hours, and we would have 30 songs, and we're like, okay, let's go through these 30 songs. It would take us 10 hours to go through 30 songs, and we only spent like 20 minutes on each song. That's not very much time when you're working with other people. All right, so let's get to these hacks. The first hack that I have for you is to listen to the music that you're going to be playing. Before we had the internet and things like that, you have to listen to records and the radio and stuff like that, tapes. But now that we've got the internet, especially when you've got YouTube, you can just pull up almost any song, or on Spotify or whatever place that you like to go, and listening to the songs. It's really great to be able to do that. I want to make sure that yeah, you can hear that, right? Sean, hello, Sean. Welcome. It's good to see you. All right. So listening, and I can't stress this enough. When I'm listening to a new song, when I'm learning a new song, I'll put it on for a long time. And actually, a lot of times, if I'm going to learn that song or teach that song, I'm going to be writing it down. And what I do is I listen to it, and I probably listen to it 25 times or more. I would recommend that you listen to a song 25 to 50 times until you get it into your head. And I'm not exaggerating. This is so important because if you don't have it in your head, then you can't play it very well. Let's see here. Have I got this in the right place? You see my guitar okay? Okay, so listening is a really, really big thing. I do that a lot. Okay, and feedback. This is the second hack. Number 2, feedback. it's really good to get feedback for how you're doing, because a lot of times we don't really know how we're doing. You can play. Sometimes we think we're doing better than we actually are doing. And so ways to get feedback is to get a teacher, and the teacher can help you. It helps to have some kind of a mentor or a teacher. A good teacher will help you to see the obvious. He'll point out the obvious problems and the subtle problems that you need improvement on. Another way to get feedback is to make a video of yourself, and I've recommended this to my students before. Make a video of yourself playing. Now, I do this all the time, right? Teaching songs and things like that and playing. And a lot of times when I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, wow. Sometimes I think I really messed up and it doesn't sound that bad. Sometimes I think I did really good and it's like, oh, wow, that needs help. So it's really good to make a video of yourself. You can just do it on your phone, put it on the table or something like that, or put it in a stand. You can ask a friend to give you feedback. The problem with a friend is sometimes friends don't always give you the best feedback because maybe they don't want to hurt your feelings or something like that. You need someone that'll give you an honest feedback. And sometimes I don't get too harsh on my students because I want them to feel like they're progressing. And so I don't tell them lies that, oh, wow, you're doing really good, when you're not. But I think about where were they last week and where are they this week? And if they're improving, I tell them that they're improving, that they're doing well. But then a lot of times I'll point out things that they need to work on. So I had a teacher tell me once, this was a choir teacher that I had. And I was in a choir called the El Camino College Chorale down in Southern California at El Camino College. And she pointed at me. She said, Hal, you're out of tune. Fix it. Right? She was just getting to the meat of the problem. She was just wanted to fix the problems because we didn't have a lot of time. So she wasn't worried about, she wasn't coddling us or anything like that. She'd tell people, you're a little too loud. In fact, if she was directing the music, sometimes she would point at you and then she'd tell you to be quiet. She'd go like this, point at you and go like this, or point at you and ask you to bring more. Or, in a rehearsal, she'll say, you guys were not really good there right there. You need to fix that. So that's just a matter of fact. It has nothing to do with feelings, how I'm feeling. And she didn't worry about that. And we didn't take it personally or anything like that. Okay, hack number 3. You can go through the song like a performance, like I was doing just a second ago. So let's say if I was performing Here Comes the Sun. And I'm recording it, right? Going through the song and everything like that. And I look at it later, or maybe during the performance. Let's say I'm going, now right there I made a little mistake when I was going. I hit a note that I didn't want to hit, or I might think of myself, right there. See how I made that mistake? That's better. And what I do is I would figure out where my problems are. And then after I play the song all the way through, then I go back and I work and focus on those places that are problems. So instead of playing things like songs, just songs that I know, I work on problem parts. I work on problem songs. So 80% of the time, if I'm really practicing. Now there's difference between practicing, like really focusing and doing a serious practice, and then just playing around, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that just a second. Actually, maybe I should talk about that now. Make a goal to practice a certain amount every day, 10 minutes. If you don't practice at all, 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to practice 10 minutes every day without fail. And then when you get to the end of the 10 minutes, you're like, oh, well, I can keep going, and so you keep going. Or half an hour or an hour or whatever it is that you want to hit for a goal. But make sure you can hit that goal, that you just don't you make you're not going to say, I'm going to practice for 5 hours today, and then you only practice for an hour, and you're like, oh, you don't want to make too big of a goal that you can't hit. You want to make sure that you can hit the goal. So make it a smaller goal, and then do whatever you want after that. Okay, so what I was going to say about that, as far as like working on things, you want to start on the hardest part of the song and work on that first, and also pay attention to transitions, like right there, on that. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. There's a little transition between it's all right and this part, right? So there's a transition part. Little darling, and then right there's a transition part. And then you might have the part that goes. The bridge, and you might need to work on that. See that? I'm messing up right there. Of course, I'm trying to teach, right? At the same time, I'm not focusing very much on my playing. So you want to think about transitions. And when you have a transition that's rough, what you want to do is you want to play... Oops. I'm messing that up. So what I'm doing now is I'm slowing down the whole thing. That's another thing you got to do, is slow way down. Practice slowly. That's actually another hack, is that you don't want to always play quickly. I'm just thinking about this. Now there's 2 notes that I didn't like. I mean, I didn't mean to hit them. I wanted them to be a little bit cleaner, and so I might do it again. You might not have noticed it, but it's something that I'm working on. Okay, so those transitions, those parts, slow them down. So I might go, messed it up, slow it down even more. See that? So I might really, really, really focus on doing something slow. Playing slowly is harder than playing up to speed. It really is. And if you're not used to it, it can be really interesting. But you need to learn how to do that. Okay, so actually I skipped to another hack, practicing slowly. Now, one thing you can do practicing slowly, you can do like a chromatic exercise. Right? Right? So the chromatic exercise, if you can't do it very quickly like that, also I'm doing it legato. Instead of, if you're playing it and it's like, it's not very good, then slow it down and play it really slowly. Make every note count. Yeah, Sean, thank you. Hit the like button, guys. Humboldt, Olympic, Pennsylvania, Peninsula in Washington. Hello. Love Washington State. Don't know if I always love the politics, but boy, I'll tell you that it's beautiful there. Some of the politics I don't like. So you want to do it really, really slow, right? And you can time yourself. You can make a recording of it and time that. Have someone time you. Hey, time me while I'm doing this. You go up. Make sure you hit every note. How long did it take to do that? And you time it. And do that every week. Time it again. Now, if you're really slow at it, just time it. And you'll notice that it gets faster and faster and faster. It will. It's really good. I love that. Automatically, you don't even have to push yourself. As it gets easier to play, right? Or even a scale. Right? You can time your scales and see how fast you're doing them. Not to go, oh, wow, that was bad or that was good. Just say, okay, it took me 20 seconds to do that. Next time, oh, it took me 19 seconds to do that. 18.5 or whatever it is. Okay, clean up your playing. Let's talk about that. That's another hack that's really important. When you're... Let's see, I have something written down here. Let me see if I make sense of it. This is where a recording really helps so that you can be an audience member and not the performer. Oh, I understand what I wrote. This, when you record yourself, when you make a video of yourself, and then you watch it, you are no longer engaged in trying to think about all the things that you're doing when you're performing, or when you're playing. So you can just sit back and check it out. Oh, wow, hey, I messed up there. Oh, I didn't realize that. And like I said earlier, sometimes you'll be surprised thinking you messed up something. So if you're, let me back up. If you play something all the way through like a performance and you mess up, don't stop. Just keep going like a real performance. You just keep going. And I've been surprised before. Sometimes I thought, oh, I really messed that up. And I look at a recording later and it's like, wow, I covered myself really well. I thought I really messed up, but that was actually pretty good. So it's a good thing to record that. So that's really good. So when you're playing chords, even when you're doing warm-ups, that's a minor scale. Oops, I messed it up. So I slow it down. Oops, missed a note. So I might do it again. If it doesn't sound really crisp like that, then you need to slow down as a major scale. Right? And if you listen to your chords, right? Or if you're doing bar chords, if it's like, it's like that, then you need to learn how to clean it up. Okay? All right. So pay attention to your chords, to melody lines, right? And clean those up. All right. Another hack. Practice regularly, like every day. Every day is really good. Now, don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or you forget or you just don't have time or something like that. But remember that small sessions are better than really huge long ones. Like I'm going to practice for 5 hours on Saturday and not at all during the week. I'd rather have you practice for 15 or 20 minutes every day than, 5 hours on Saturday. Just like hit it small and just do it often. It's really good. Or, put your guitar on the wall or, on a stand. Pick it up. That's another thing. Keep it around. Keep it handy. That's really good. Okay, so we talked about setting goals. Let's see. Sometimes people have, go through so many songs in a day regardless of how long it takes. So I might say to myself, I've got to go through these, 10 songs today. And if it takes me, 25 minutes to do it, great. If it takes me 45 minutes to do it, great. I might not think about how long it's going to take me. I just want to get this goal. So you can think about setting goals for time, or you can set goals for how much material you're actually going to do. All right, practice slowly. We talked about that. Play an exercise and time it. Oh yeah, I already did that. Time it. Let's see. Yeah, I already talked about that. Keep the guitar handy. I already talked about that. Now, one thing for me, a lot of times when I'm done playing or recording, I'll put my guitars in a room that I have humidified because I live in the desert and the guitars like 45% humidity, especially if they're solid tops, like solid top or solid back and sides. This guitar right here has solid rosewood back and sides with a solid spruce top. It needs to be humidified a lot, like 45%, between 45, 50, 55% humidity. in some climates, you might need to dehumidify some of your guitars. Of course, if you have heating or cooling, that will automatically dehumidify the air, but I get a humidifier and check the humidity, but I have it in a room where I keep the humidity pretty constant, around 45% humidity, and I put my guitars in there, but I bring one or two out, or sometimes all of them out, so you think that I've got this going on all the time, which I don't, right? But to protect them so they don't crack. That's what I put them in the humidity, in the climate control room. Okay, so here's a bonus. If you play a song and you decide you don't like it, throw it out. You don't have to play a song that you don't love. That happens all the time. It's like over time, it's like, I really don't like this song. So you get rid of it. Get a different song or piece of music or whatever it is that you're doing. So I hope this helps you. Let's look at the chat and see what's going on. Let's see. Anybody asking questions? Sean says, agree. Constructive criticism always worth way more than unhelpful flattery. I agree. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, yeah, that's right. How many likes do I have? 6 likes. There's been more people here. There's been up to 12 people at the same time. Maybe they didn't like it. Reaction. Oh, Rafa Sargan, you must be from Indonesia or something, and you're asking me to react to Ali Bata Julio 97. I saw that just the other day. You go to that particular video, and I made a comment just recently. It was a fun video where Ali Bata was playing acoustic guitar, and then he also was playing electric guitar. I'm going to maybe do a reaction to that. Joseph says, hello, Joseph. Rancho Cucamonga, hey. Maybe get a carbon fiber guitar. Well, it depends on, we're talking about the guitar and the humidity and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you like the way that they sound, carbon fiber guitars. I've never had a carbon fiber guitar. I've played guitars that weren't wood before, and I've been like, don't know if I like it. Albert says, don't play it too soft. You mean don't play the guitar too soft? Yeah. When I'm actually figuring out a guitar, when I'm picking up a guitar to see if I like it, I play it loud. And this makes the guitar really vibrate, and I can hear it, see what it sounds like. Now, I've got this guitar plugged in, and so you're getting a lot of electronic sound. You're getting some sound through the mic here of the acoustic part, so that's a good thing too. But I put it direct so it sounds better and louder. Let's see, Joseph, carbon fiber 7. Yes, I'm aware I am aware I have wood. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So like a metal guitar or a carbon fiber guitar, yeah, that solves your problem of, but, just depends on what you like. I really like wood. But it does flex a little bit more. But it's very elastic, too. Metal can get fatigued after a while. I don't know how long maybe carbon fiber would last forever. All right. That's all I have for you today of those hacks. I'm going to go talk to some people over on, like I talked earlier. We're going to hang out for a little while. If they have any questions, they're going to ask me some questions, or I'm going to teach them something, or they're going to teach me something. Sometimes we do that. I appreciate that. Almost had to sneeze there. All right. Okay, friends, I'm going to go. So let's see. I think I'll play a little something on my way out. You can look in the description. And you can see how you can support me. And let's do that. thanks for coming. So do I, Hal. Prefer would have guitars, different wood. There you go. Ciao, Lisa. Ciao, ciao. I read it before you retracted it. Joseph. Oh well. Great, Sean. Thank you for coming. Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. All right. See ya. Take care. We'll see you next week.